Hello everyone and welcome back to more Mahogany Mafia. Today I will be starting a new series on Memoriapolis. I feel like it should be one word, the name of this game. On Steam it formally is 2 words. It took me a while to find in my Steam library. But yeah, it is Memoriapolis with a space. But I have tried this and it came out very recently and is currently in early access. It came out literally on the 29th of August, so just last week. So really good, and there is a beginner sale if anyone is interested in it from watching this series or anything. I will try and link the game down in the bio of this video. But no, it's a really interesting take on city builder games. And I've played a few on the channel, I think, possibly, at various points. And I'll get into the differences as we get into the game. But initially, these are our choices. The 6 sort of cultures, or professions, I suppose is the better way to put them. The craftsman, where you get 25% more natural resources. The trader, who continues to generate passive trade routes as caravans are moving, meaning they don't just make money at the end point, they make money the entire route. Strategists, who makes incidents less likely, so, you know, bad events, riots, murders, I don't know if murders are one, pillaging. Politician, 2 decrees, so like 2 laws that will have an effect for a set amount of time. Philosopher, which will give more satisfaction from cultural buildings, which doesn't make sense if you've not played the game, but is actually a very powerful one. And then Priest, who just randomly gives you money. I did play the Trader in my just tester game, and I've really enjoyed it. I think it's a fantastic way of getting money. Though, for this one, I'm thinking I'm going to go one of these 2. And I'm thinking I'm going to go Craftsman. No. Yeah, no. I'm going to go Philosopher. Understanding the mysteries of existence requires dedication. Requires the dedication of more than one lifetime. City name? Mahoganopolis. Sure. First name? Madness Mahogany, of course. Actually, you know what? Let's not be Madness. Let's be I need a Greek-sounding name that begins with an M. Latin name M. Marcus. There we go. Marcus Mahogany. Took me a while to come up with that one. Making a border. This one's very unique, but I like this one because it is a historical shield design. Let's go with this one. We are after all mahogany, so we'll have this, which will pretend as a mahogany sapling. Or, actually, let's go with one with mahogany saplings in the background. Yes! We'll colour them that colour, because that's the colour somewhat of mahogany. Let's put them on just this layer. Let's then go to glyph 1 again, which is this one. Let's move it slightly down to make it a little bit smaller, so it fits nicely in the middle. And again, let's go for regal blue, the yellow outline. And then background, all good. Let's go with that one. And then the shield, we will go, I think, white. Just a very bold white with, let's go a brown edge. No, let's not go bold white. I've changed my mind. Instead, let's go for let's go for a green. There we go. Marcus Mahogany. There's our coat of arms. So, one of my initial things, and this is because it's in early access, it's not procedurally generated. It is just this map. So you have the 2 recommended start locations over here and here. If I'm being honest, I can't quite figure out why some of these are recommended. Up here, which is the river estuary, you don't have an abundance of sort of stone because you start here. Rocky plains, I think wood is the limiting factor. Oh no, probably sand because you need sand. But wood will be a seafront. You get sand. Might not get clay, I suppose. Mountainside, again, sand's over there, but it's annoying to get to. Forest edge. I don't want to keep on saying sand, but I feel like it's sand. Marshy plot. So it's based off this marsh, I assume. So it's odd that it's not on the other side. But, yeah, probably sand again. I feel like all of these are just sand. This one, your sand is there. That's your abundant sand. I'm thinking let's go with... which ones are these 2? Is it Rocky Plain? I feel like the challenge of Seafront actually might be that you don't have lots of room to expand. Let's just go for... Oh, it's a difficult choice. I like Mountainside, but let's go for... the... Where was it? There was one that I liked because I said, there's your sand. Where did I say there's your sand? Not there. Oh, was it there? No, it's here. It's marshy... not marshy plot. Roadside? Roadside. Let's go marshy plot. Roadsides are recommended, so I feel like lots of people will be using it. Now, if you will see that there are 3 dots. So what those 3 dots are just road connections. You don't get to decide on your road connections yourself. Your road connections are very much decided for you. So here they'll connect, and one's all the way up here is the one that you might be missing. And then building-wise, you can only build within this initial circle. So, one thing that does annoy me is Z and X to rotate. It doesn't seem to want to rotate, so you know. I feel like I've just accidentally stopped sharing my screen. So let's make sure it goes back. There we go. That's very odd. There we go. Clearly I just somehow selected OBS. And fortunately, I didn't hit space at any point, because that would have stopped the stream, or stopped recording. Where does this bottom one keep on trying to connect to? Are they both connecting up there? Either way, I want stone and I want wood. That's why I'm going here and here. And I think that is the location I'm going to go with. Let's go a bit further up. No. Yeah, no, that. There. There. I'm aware that my predicament there was stuff that you will now realise. Let me just... Can I turn off? There we go. That's all sorted. So, this is our initial place. And as you can see, there's our first district. And here's the ancient camp. Production-wise, it does get more complex, but initially these are just the 3 buildings you need to be concerned about. They do pretty much everything. So this is wood. This is a farm, which is one of the reasons I was umming and ahhing about where I'm locating that. Because the farms, it looks like a really small building. It is not. It is an annoyingly large building. Thus why I was like, where do I want my core city to be? My core city is going to be between the mountain and the woods here. Which leaves me room down here. This guy. And this is the number of fields it will have. It auto sets to 10. I see no reason why it would auto-select to 10, but I'm going to go 12. Once you've placed it, you can't build more buildings. And then quarry, this does all three of the other building styles. It does stone, as you can see, which is why we are here. Let me see if I can get it on this side. Not really. That's slightly annoying. Because I wanted to get as much as possible. Get 3,100 if I go there. Right, yeah, let's go 3,100 then, because that's the best I can do. As you can see, you get to pick which ones you want. So, quickly going through it. Wood, if you hover over any of the resources at the top, it'll show you where's best for it. So as you can see, wood is where there are trees. Rock is where there are mountainy-esque places. Some places, like here, it's not obvious that it's stone, but it is, which does confuse me. But I suppose it's to make some of these start locations more playable. So this is one of the start locations. That is all your stone there. And if you want more, you either have to expand across the river or go really some distance. Clay. Marshy areas tend to be quite good for clay. So we've got our marshy area over there, which is where we will get our clay eventually. And then sand, as inevitable, it's along the coasts and along lakes. So there is some here, but you can't build them inside the marshy areas, which will lead us to problems. Now, this is our time limit, 1,250 days in this sort of era. And as you can see, as the game goes on, these are just building themselves, these little houses. Very much so. 7 people there, 5 people there. Separate districts, these are. And this is where the more organic part of this game comes in. Because you don't have control over where any of these things are. This is your research tree. Sorry, I should have explained that. So here are the 3 things we've already got. And the only other thing we can currently unlock is proximity, which is free. It's just a surveyor's cabin, and you spend blueprints up here to build them. The surveyor's cabin is just a way to sort of increase the size of your area. So I'm trying to go up this way, because if I go up this way, I can build the mines for some of these other things. And here we go, all 3 of our things have been built. So they'll just get to work. You know, the miner, the woodcutter, and then here's the farm. As you can see, I said it should have 12 fields. This is one of them. It's quite impressive. Another district's just spawned, again, quite big. But as you can see, it just starts filling up the space. There are moments where and you know, this is not the best way to do it. I do things like this just to stop them from growing there. And it will be useless when it comes to actually gathering resources. But you can bulldoze it whenever you want. And there we go, it's done. But yeah, that's a field that I didn't really want built, but there's nothing I can do about it now. What I have managed to do is save off a bit of space there. And here we go. So, as you can see, it somewhat explains what you need to do. So upgrading is the next step. And as you can see, you need 90 people and all of these things. So if I go through improve now, that field got in the way. Demolish that, sure. And we're upgrading our city centre. Upgrading gives 2 benefits. A, makes this ring bigger. So as you can see, it's actually gone quite far. I'm going to quickly demolish that, because I can now put it further away. You're not meant to be as big on demolishing things as I am, because there's meant to be downsides. So, here within our sort of raw resources, here's the architecture office. What it does is it produces the blueprints needed for other buildings. And one, it wasn't quite big enough. That's a shame. 3, 6, 9. So it's now at 12 buildings, so not much else it will do. This place, let's put it right here. It does come with a little bit of attraction, which means people want to build near it. That's fine. Now, proximity-wise, I can go a little bit further. So you can see the circles just have to be touching slightly. And this is where you start actually needing clay and sand. That's why this one is actually necessary. Because for the improvement, you don't need clay or sand. Great, I just looked like a fool, didn't I? But this is where these cultural buildings come into. And this is where our faction sort of thrives. These are, you know, specific buildings that you're in charge of. They all come with different satisfactions, which I will explain. But they're also highly attractive areas that people want to build near, unsurprisingly. You know, if you could live next to a place where your child could be trained for martial arts, but also singing, why wouldn't you? I'm just going to... That's a school. The Forum, you know. What's this one? Charlatans meet. And saviors. Saviors sometimes mingle. Because it's a godly place. The arena, I mean, does the arena need any explanation? And then the ceramics is just a fancy place where they make pots. And then I'm going to go straight with the school. Because, you know, education is important. As you can see, these are specific ones you have to put down yourself. Annoyingly, that field is really in the way of where I want to put it. But it also specialises districts, which will come into effect later in the game. If I put it... Let me figure out, is there a way I can get that other district? Or do I just... Could just put it out here. Get both of those. At some point I'll have to demolish some of these things. But I'm thinking if I just put it here. Let me rotate it. Because some roads, since you can't bulldoze them, major problems. So this is how sort of satisfaction works. You have 5. You've got health, safety, belonging, esteem, and creativity. All of them have different sort of benefits for doing good. And you want to keep them sort of in the positive to continue receiving those benefits. So we get creativity automatically from this. And I mean, I just like the benefit of health. But up here you can see health, it reduces food consumption. That's why I like it. Safety is reduces incidents. Belonging improves factions, which will come into play later. Right. Thank you, game. Let me slow down the game quickly whilst I explain this. Esteem is based on decrees, and then creativity gives you more blueprints, which is also nice. But as you can see, they've now changed to a different colour, because they're higher than they need to be. And it took me a while to figure out how they would become higher than they need to be. That one just... okay, great. Definitely told me that one was going to be one, but it's just not. But, so the number is purely related to your population. These are optional. Optional's fine. Attraction, this is just where they will want to live, because they're the attractive buildings. And attraction is purely based off these buildings, mainly. These ones provide negatives, but they're very important. Early on, I would suggest getting all these upgrades, for one reason and one reason alone, which is they impact the actual production based off what's left. So if you see I improve this, it will increase the yield by 50%, which massively buffs it. And here, 7,000. If I improve it, 14,000. Like, it straight up doubles it. If there was only 4,000 left, that would become 8,000. So the sooner you get those ones built, the better it is. As you can see, really I want to build this next to the swamp. But there's very few places outside the swamp that I can actually get to. So I might have to go for a different approach of building a cutting camp here. And essentially cutting my way through. Because as you can see, these can be built in forests. But most other things can't be built in dense woodlands. If I go... yeah, here is the most effective place for it. I'll build one of them. And they will get to work. Decorative, there's a cool statue. But it's actually going to be very difficult for me to get to sand and things like that. Which is where service buildings come in. So this increases your stockpiling. So you can have more stockpiles, it's just a warehouse. This is sort of your big marketplace. I've just unlocked more things. I don't even understand how I've unlocked them. But, next up, factions. Promise episode 2 will go a lot quicker than this. So, the College Scriptorum is at the gates of my city. I don't have gates. Let's just pretend I do. Athos and his followers, the College Scriptorum, are recognized in many major cities along the coast. This community of writers, scribes, and copyists dedicate their lives to the preservation and reproduction of ancient texts. Thanks to their meticulous work, a great deal of knowledge has been saved. Now, the advantage of this one? They give you cultural points, and they'll pay you tax. So, there isn't really a downside to accepting them. But they will take over an entire district. So this is now their district. Which is why having districts of different sort of culture groups is actually very important. Because if you only have education buildings, you will only get education... only education factions, which means you'll only get education up here. So, you know. But equally, it's not the worst thing in the world to only have one of. I assume later in the game it will become a bigger problem. Currently, it is not. This mission is fortify the city. Again, there's no benefits of this currently. In the future, it will be to do with... well, you get more taxes and more culture points. It does say it's... whoa, don't need that. It says that at some point it might defend from barbarians or something. I heard someone mention. But it costs a lot of wood. Currently we do not have that much wood. Let's upgrade that just because it's important to me to have consistently upgraded things. Next up, we could get another one of the tier 1s. So you can see the difference between tier 1s and tier 2s is tier 1s give you 1 satisfaction option, tier 2 give you 2, but they also take sand and clay, which is things I do not have. This one, there's only one reason, and this because I've played before. To my knowledge, this is actually quite a small one. Which, if it is, and I can squeeze it in there... Come on! That's really annoying. I was very hopeful that I'd be able to squeeze in. I can squeeze it in here. I can probably squeeze in other things. As you can see, districts can have share too. Do I destroy this? Probably. But I suppose destroying... Yes, destroy this field. Once you destroy a field, you cannot get it back. So this will permanently have now dropped to 11. Which, you know, is fine. But... There we go, come on. And there we go. So these two districts are now commercial, which is good. I should have gone for something that doesn't provide the same benefits, admittedly. But let's go for safe. Go for esteem. Safety currently isn't too large a problem because I don't only have one faction. So the likelihood of that one faction rising up and causing problems isn't that... Oh, and we've had a crash. Okay, give me a second. The game is good at auto-saving, so let me boot it back up. This one, come on, cloud save. Let me hit play, and we'll be back in. Yeah, it's very good at auto-saving in my experience, which I'm very appreciative of as an early access game that crashes a lot. You kind of need to be, which sounds bad, but it's just the truth. So here we go, the game's booting back up. And before you know it, there we go. And you can just straight in, go with continue, into the district. Look at all of these wonders that at some point you assume you'll be able to have. And, it's not that far back. Destroy that field. That upgrade is already done. So as you can see, we are pretty much where we were. Culturally, it is, I think, when we bought this district that we got the the upgrade. One core is the fact that it pauses every single time you get into the build menu. Oh, there we go. Sorry, the game went really slow for a second there, and I was slightly concerned that it was going to crash on me again. Let's turn it around so it's at least facing the districts. And tuck it in there. What did I say I was going with? A Steam. Yeah. And let's speed up the game. It's not a game you play on normal speed very often, because it is a very slow game. So, you know, take what you will. But if I go with this one, right, I can start getting the sand up here. Let me just think. Where is there any clay on the? There is some clay. There is some sand. I think I just stretch out. So what I might do is bulldoze this one. And go with one straight up the road. Come on. Oh right, pauses. Yep, forgot about that. I forget about the fact that it pauses quite regularly. Arguably more regularly than I should. But what I will unlock is, because I just remembered what I need for the upgrade. Carpentry. As you see, more things have just appeared here. So it's not just like those 3 buildings were bang and done. You will need to build new ones. So this is the carpentry. They all provide negatives to essentially attraction. So you want to sort of build them away from your city as far as possible. So this one will go over here. But once that is done, I'll be able to do the improvement here. And the reason that matters to me is purely because once I've done that, the circle expand and I can do more proximity to the north. But it will take wood. I already produced an excessive amount of wood. But to do that, I need clay. We've got another knowledgeable one. The Epicureans. The Egyptian Thermosis guided his peers, the Epicureans, to you. These philosophers sought peace of mind and happiness through the reduction of desires and the simple pleasures of life. They all aspire to live without mental disturbance, which they deem contrary to their purpose in life. And again, there's things that they like that will improve their trust. Don't really need to worry about that too early on. It becomes more of a problem the more factions you have. As you see, both of them, like the Library of Alexandria, because it's quite literally about the most historic sort of ancient gathering knowledge center that ever was. So it's very nice. As you can see, I'm still failing these optionals, but that's purely because I've just not done the research for this one. There we go. And to do it, I need sand and I need clay. I don't have sand, I don't have clay. This one again needs clay. But I will get to them at some point. There we go. It's just let me know. What I can do is this. And the upgrade comes in. You can see there's just a tiny little one there. And 40 people live in that one. So as you can see, as these districts expand, they get more. As you can see, cultural buildings, we've unlocked all sort of tier 3 ones. We've unlocked tile and brickwork, which are new resources. Here, service building, this is the Senate. This way you can do decrees, which is a big thing, but also very tedious and annoying, if I'm being completely honest. So I think I put one here, and then straight from that I'll be putting one all the way up here. And from there I'll be building 2 things. Fortifying the city, I can do that now. I'm slightly annoyed that it's either including the farms or not including the farms. I wanted to include these districts here. Clearly the game is not impressed with me wanting to include those cities. Do I just... yeah, let's just go with that. I need to use my wood at some point. See, it goes all the way around. It's included my quarry, which I quite like. Not include these ones, but again, you don't get advantage from having buildings as in, just the districts. The threat of Macedonia. An emissary brings you a letter from the King of Macedonia, who wishes to conquer territory in order to gain access to the Aegean Sea. He plans to lay siege to Memoriapolis and the neighbouring Greek cities, and sees you as a key ally. You have the necessary soldiers, and the Greek cities have coveted resources. But weakening these cities in order to exploit them could be harmful in the long term. You could also seek political and religious support to moderate the king's ambition. The choice is yours, and will shape the future. Live up to your convictions. So you can either support the Macedonians, seek help, you know, or you can defend the Greek cities. Each one has a negative. Each one also comes with one of these. I'm trying to think of a word to describe them. Can't. The culture buildings. Ludus Magnus is like a thing. Yeah, it's like a gladiator school. Mysterium is like a secretive church. Tantalum is a prison. I'm going to go with the food, but going with the food, I have just realised that I'm losing food, which means I need another farm. And what we'll do is we will quite literally tuck it in here, I think. Yeah, because I want to expand the city to the north. And let's give it 12 fields. So upgrade that as well. And there you go! The walls have been complete. The Great Walls of Mahogonia, or whatever I called it. And this is upgraded, which means we don't have food problems. But as you can see, if we did, it appears here. A new one, the College Numenorium. Octavia and his followers, the Collegium Numenorium, were not strictly speaking merchants. They were, however, renowned in Rome for their handling of coin and precious metals. Some branches of the family were renowned bankers, whilst others preferred to regulate transactions or oversee silver production. So this is our first one that is not a science one. And as you can see, what I'll do is I'll get the sand and the clay down, and then we will finish this episode. But as we play more, I'll have less explaining to do, which is really nice. Come on, just get it done. Bam. Oh, of course there's ruins there. That's annoying. Because ruins turn into, essentially, just lots of really nice stuff. Build one of them for the stone, for sand, and then the other one. It's sort of you can repair it and get all the advantages of it, or you can demolish it and gain half the resource, so a third of the resources back, which I worry I'm going to have to do with this one. Let me see. There was more clay on the other side, wasn't there? Yeah. Not cutting, I wanted the quarry. Let's just go with that for now. And get the quarry going for that. And there we go. Because we need clay for that either way. And here, this farm is going strong. And it's purely going to expand this way, which I do really appreciate. At some point, I'll move this farm probably out here. Or maybe to a completely different section entirely. Because then I can continue expanding within the walls of my city. I might move it already here, though. Let me think. Place it all the way up here. Go with that. That's upgrading. That's all good. As you can see, these are starting. And your defense was success! Inspired by your example, the other cities rallied to the cause of the oppressed. The Greek cities resisted valiantly, inflicting heavy losses on the king, who lost an eye in the battle. In gratitude, the leader of Amphophis, Merona, and Methone send you with the plans for a building, a symbol of your commitment to justice and the well-being of your people. Such, here we go. We have now received the Ludus Magnus, which, that's the Senate, will be here, as you can see. Fantastic. But here are all the other ones we've unlocked. I can't figure out where we unlocked that, but we did. Might be from one of the factions. But, as you see, essentially, these ones are now, some of them are still 1 upgrade, some of them are 2. The Castrum is just a massive fort. The Necropolis, I feel like most people know what a Necropolis is, so I'm not going to go into that one. And the Thermae is a nice bath. Really do like a thermal bath. Let's improve that. And once that's improved, we'll bulldoze this one. Ah, that's annoying. I was hoping it would do all of them on this side. So we're straight up bulldozing this. Which will seem like a very brazen decision. New science. Sophists. The sophists led by Ekaterine specialise in the art of the rhetoric and persuasion. In exchange for a nice district and wine, they offer paid courses to enrich debates and influence your city's philosophical and political thinking. Okay, once that's gone, we'll be in a much nicer place. Food is going to be a concern, but that's why we built another one of these up here. But yeah, we will end this episode here. Thank you all very much. I need to get more cultural buildings in the next episode. So let's quickly fly through and let's just unlock all the tier 1ers. Because the tier 1ers are the simplest ones. And because I built the blueprint building, it means that I'm just saving up an awful lot. And then, which one does security? Or the handshakes, I suppose. This one, which makes religious districts, which is slightly annoying. Is there a smaller one? I need the handshaking or the shield. The arena. Could I squeeze the arena in anywhere? Oh! We will come back in the next episode for that one then. Because something has clearly happened, which is not great. What we will do is squeeze the arena in. Right here. Like so. And get belonging as well, because they're both orange, which is not good. We also need a steam. We need a lot of things, if I'm being honest. And I think most of them are obnoxiously big buildings. Oh no, this one's a nice small one. What does it do? Only health. Yeah, not a lot of things I can do with these. I'm gonna have to build one of the huge ones. I suppose once these are all gone, I can build some nice ones out this way. So that's at least something. It's costing me money to demolish each and every one of these, but that's fine. So, thank you all very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you want to see more of this, just make it shown through the comments, through everything like that. and I'll be bringing more of it later in the week. Thank you all very much, and goodbye.